a nemesis.
Popping and dropping enemies, she relish.
Play my game until the end, I bet that you'll remember this.
Talk big shit, but it's that you're telling it. Caught in my side like a Sharingan. Power button, how I turn her on.
They don't understand no world we from. Mario, Sonic, and Kirby, son. She could be my Princess Peach. We're playing together, the girls are within reach.
Be a rider girl like CJ Keeps. GTA 3 was meant to be.
She loved to call me a Donkey Kong. We were going old school on Atari or Pong.
Hit me up anytime you want. Jane Clouds like that, so sing my song. Won't you play a game with me and see what we both can achieve? She's my gamer girl. Yeah. Hit me with a private chat. Let me know your game. I bet. 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 It's all love when I'm shining. Seeing me with my diamonds. I bet. Hey, in my worst, no one was there, so don't tell me that you care. I bet. I bet. I bet. Yeah, you miss me when I'm gone, and I heard the same song. I bet. I bet. I bet. I bet. Hey, they only love me when I'm winning. I got trust issues. Gal on my lap, I don't f with you. Everybody's not a friend to put your trust into. Same screaming love could plot against you. And I don't need love, I just want money. Leave my kids to 40 acres, don't come from it. And when I die, I only want my kids there. And the fans who stuck with me once I did prevail. See, it's hate hard, so I just win better. I'm like a blizzard, you just a thin sweater. And all this fake love, homie, I could tell who was really with me. I had to conquer hell. I walk in solitude, a lot of attitude. Paranoia got me acting like I'm passing through. And no, we ain't cool, and I ain't forgot. In my Osiris days, you would've been. I bet. I bet. I bet. It's all love when I'm shining. Seeing me with my diamonds, I bet. Hey, in my worst, no one was there, so don't tell me that you care. I bet. I bet. I bet. Yeah, you miss me when I'm gone, and I heard the same song. I bet. I bet. I bet. I bet. Hey, what up? You love me on my come up. Scope that 7 series. Shut these haters the f up. Run until the sun up. None of it was dumb luck. Got here with my hustle. I'm just trying to get a one up. Yeah. Save your tears, shot it. This whole thing's dead. Go ahead and pour for it. See my heart froze. Veins ice cold. You can look me in my eyes. I'm a lost soul. When this money's clocking, thirsty bitches jockey. Yeah, they love who you are till that money pauses. No more phone calls. No more good nights. I can't stand no fake. Just have a good life. See, I did it once, so I can do again. All this real money creates fake friends, creates fake ties. I tell no lies. Niggas love to try to use you for a free ride. I bet. I bet. I bet. It's all love when I'm shining. Seeing me with my diamonds, I bet. Hey, in my worst, no one was there, so don't tell me that you care. I bet. I bet. I bet. Yeah, you miss me when I'm gone, and I heard the same song. I bet. I bet. I bet. I bet. Hey. It's all love when I'm shining. Seeing me with my diamonds, I bet. In my worst, no one was there, so don't tell me that you care. I bet. I bet. I remember. Yeah. Hollywood. Yeah. I got him rocking like, hey. One for the money, two for the show, three for the power. Run me my dough. I'm a rock star, mama, you see. My bars and my swagger got me looking crispy. Money every week, I can blow a couple G's. Cash rules everything around me. Yeah, these haters always talk. Thanks for making me pop. Couldn't see me
What up, y'all?
broad day. With a pair of binoculars.
Check. Can y'all hear me now? Let me know if y'all can hear me before I get started.
Do what you can't do. Brooklyn to Cancun. I'ma send you a candle.
Waiting for this to build up here. All right, y'all. What's going on, everybody? I appreciate everyone in here. Leave a comment. Let me know that you guys can hear me up to par and everything like that, because I know that I've been saying for the past couple days that I had some things that I wanted to get off my chest, and I do very much so, and so I figured that, I think that I've been blessed, and I also believe that I've worked hard to be in a position where I would be able to utilize my platform for a sense of empowerment and positivity. That's always what my intentions have always been, whether I've been perfect or imperfect in regards to my journey. That's my goal, and there's some things that for me for a long time that, I've dealt with and I've experienced and that I've seen that, I wanted to address being black in America. And, if you guys want to call in, if you guys want to leave comments and all that stuff like that, you guys can call in. I'll leave the number in the feedback, but I definitely wanted to get this off of my chest. I've seen hatred for a long time, to say the least. And I also believe that, I'm over it, and that's the best way I can even start things is, to be honest, so many things on so many different levels. I actually I had to write some things down. I had to do some studying as well. Just to kind of just kind of put things into context or whatever. The shooting of Ahmaud Arbery. They say that it causes outrage and everything like that, and it's sickening. It's sickening. It's tiring. It's old, and I feel like I'm at a place in my life where I feel like I have resolve, and I believe that there's a lot of things that I wanted to. There's some things I want to talk about, and in my head this was going to be a lot easier than I envisioned, but I really do. I strongly believe that, I have no faith in our political system. I have no faith in our judicial system. I have no faith in any of it. And because the truth of the matter is that since ever, this system was never designed for us, and that's the truth. The system was never made for us, and they charged them with murder. And the thing is that the people that killed Ahmaud Arbery, they were trying to cover up for them, and this is, and for years people would say, hey, like this is not the way, that there's some bad police, and that sort of thing. But this is reality. This is what America is, and I think that, in my belief, that I believe that as African Americans, as black people, that we really should revisit looking into rebuilding things like the Black Wall Street. I personally don't think that it's safe anywhere for us, and I think that a lot of you would agree with me that it isn't safe for any of us. You can't jog, you can't sell CDs. There was a poem I had, and it was talking in regards to, the things that we just cannot do. You feel me? Like, and it's an ideology. It's not just, a white people thing, in my belief, that it is. It's an ideology. It's an ideology with other races, and the truth of the matter is that, I think that the best way to protect ourselves is to be, within our own community. That's the safest that I believe that we're going to be. And I believe that a lot of things in our community need to change. And, and with me saying that, one of the things that I really need to get off my chest is the fact that, I see on social media how people are discussing Tekashi 6ix9ine, and in my mind, I'm saying to myself, like, the fact that people are discussing that in our community, and someone was gunned down, again, for jogging, and we're talking, and people are talking about Takashi. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. Like, and I don't know if maybe I think that we feel like to some extent we're kind of almost expecting what the results will be, is that the results will be, it'll be, let's say they did convict him. I just don't see it being a situation where, you're not going to see any life sentences thrown around or anything like that, and that's the reality of it all. But, let it be the other way around. And, there's no light of day for that black man. Let's just put it like that, and I'm over that. I'm over this ideology. I'm over trying to be patient and understand. I think that it is within our rights to be able to rebuild. And for me, myself, one of the things that I wanted to get on here and say is that, after COVID-19 clears up, I do plan on reopening my facility, and I do plan on getting my facility. And the truth of the matter is that I am looking for other African American, black, people to be my neighbors. And I want to be able to build a shopping center. I want to be able to open up a shopping center. You see like the Chinatowns and that sort of thing. And I can't really, there's nothing like that, as far as whether it be state to state or anything like that. There's just nothing there, yeah, they're gonna do. Yeah, exactly. They're gonna get manslaughter and do 5 years. Like, there's justice. There's no justice in that. I have no faith in any of these systems, and I'm not willing to see more people die. And I don't even know if I'm too loud. I don't know if I'm too loud right now. But I don't want to see any more people or die because of their skin color. And I'm really adamant. I would really like to be able to look at a shopping center, with some prominent business owners, black-owned businesses, and start there. I believe that Nipsey Hussle was on the right track with, the direction that he was going. And that's one thing that, for the past few days, that I had to think about. There's a lot of artists that are successful, that do have income. And, I think it's one thing to take your people out the hood, but then that means that the hood in some ways is still the hood, and, I thought also about, it's kind of funny actually, like that little pyramid game, and I heard that, even with that pyramid game that, there's different races that use that pyramid game as a business or as a tool to help elevate new businesses within their own community, within their own people. Black people, we spend the most retail money out of any race, and let's just be honest, we're not really welcome to any of that, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not, they don't want us wearing their clothes. We already know they don't want us wearing their clothes and that sort of thing, But, I think that personally I'm over it, and I would really love to be able to be around other, entrepreneurs that are, other black-owned businesses that, right. I think that we got to change the ideology. I think Big Drip Soda is right. I think that we got to change the ideology. I believe that we should revisit looking into rebuilding Black Wall Street. I do. I strongly, sincerely do. And the reason I believe that is I would rather die on my own land with my weapons, rather than, do this. This is old. This is, this has been old, and it's, oh, well, not every cop is like that. Not every person is like that. Not every white person is like that. It doesn't matter. Like, it's old and it's dangerous. And it's, and, even within our own people, to be honest, it's tough. It's dangerous. One of my fears, even thinking about doing this, is that, I think that within our own people, we tear down each other so much, that sometimes it feels like it might be a far-fetched thing, to even try to build a community like that, and that's very scary in my mind, because, once again, you look at, someone that is prominent in their community. Black people spend $1 on average 2 minutes after they get it. Mexicans spend 6 days, white people 13 days, Asian people 26 days. Just think about that. And if you could pass me a link to that, that's astonishing. That's kind of, I don't know if that's fact or anything like that. It's reading like it's fact, but That's just my where I'm at. This system is not designed for us. And instead of trying to work within the system to find our way out, I don't think that's the way. I think that we need to take control of the situation and assess the situation and say, hey, you know what? Enough is enough. Marching isn't going to work. Protesting doesn't work. So the most smartest thing that we could do as a people is open up businesses. I strongly believe that. I believe that if I've seen a lot of people saying well, Asian people were mistreating black people, or Africans in Asia, as COVID is running through there, and oh well, don't support the protest the nail salons and stuff like that and the hair shops and stuff, and it's like, no, I don't. Honestly, I just don't believe that. I believe that, if anything else, to be completely honest, I'm more, I think that we need to open up our own businesses. I don't see any reason why, there's so many people that are talented with, braiding hair, and there's so many people that, the majority of black women, I think they're with black women are the highest demographic, of entrepreneurs right now, and, but you don't necessarily see, you'll see business owners, you'll see black owned businesses, and that's wonderful. But what I don't think you see is a lot of black owned communities, where, I'm in Aurora, Colorado, and, right off of Mississippi and Peoria, in Aurora, there's a shopping center, and it's pretty much predominantly, if not all, Asian owned businesses. And then you go down a little bit more, and it's predominantly Ethiopian businesses, come back a little bit of ways and whatnot. And if there was a black-owned area, really what you see there is a barbershop, an Ace check cashing, some business that's closed that was like selling used gold, and I think that needs to change, and probably like a liquor store or and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. And I think that we need to aspire to own more storefronts together as a community and work towards building our land together. That's honestly what my belief is. I think that we need to build, on our own land. And that was loud. Hang on. Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Hi, who's this?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, it's
Hi.
Kim.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
Hey,
Hey,
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You're on you're live right now, actually. On
Oh,
yeah.
hi, everyone. What's up?
Well, we're
That's funny. I have the worst connection.
no worries, no worries. Did you want to, chime in for a second? It's not the Geek Street show, if that's what you're waiting for.
Oh, I gotcha. No, I haven't been able to chime in. I've been like fighting, trying to get through. It
No
tells
worries.
me this is like the different option
No worries, no
to get
worries.
through to the call.
No,
Sorry.
you're good. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you for calling in, and I'll send you a message here in a little bit. Okay.
For sure. I just want to say your radio station has so much variety. Like it's the only radio station that is in existence that has the extent of variety that you have. So I applaud you for not being like everyone else. I really do appreciate that because you're the only one that's on my radio station right now in my car.
Thank you. That's very flattering. I appreciate that so much.
Absolutely. Much love.
Much love. Thank you so much.
Of course. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, bye.
That's pretty cool. That was definitely not expected, what I'm saying, but that's pretty cool. I do appreciate that. So anyone that listens to the Geek Street Society show, I definitely wanted to put this on a different platform, just because, my beliefs don't necessarily reflect fully that of the company. My company is very fluid, and we're, definitely, I'm about love and spreading love, but, my company, I'm in a different place, I'll just say that much. Anyway. Yeah, so I don't necessarily think that, I don't think that the system, none of it is designed for us, and I think that trying to work within the system is kind of silly. I honestly do. That's my wholehearted belief. Let me know if you guys can hear me just fine or everything like that. Let me see. I just want to check real quick. Okay, cool. So phone lines are open. The number is going to be 303-731-4782. I just wanted to, get some feedback, and, instead of like trying to protest and shut down businesses, why not just open our own businesses and not have to deal with that anymore? Like, why not build our own communities where we can actually be safe and not wait for oh, well, it's not all people, or, like, that's a perfect example of, abuse of the legal system. And if people don't think that happens and people get away with that all the time, or, or any of that, they're severely misinformed and under a rock. And to be completely honest, fucking idiots, and I'm over it. I'm over it. And I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. Lord knows I'm tired. You know, it's not safe. Period. It's just not safe for black people. It's not. It's not. And I think that we have to kind of look back to a lot of our predecessors, and learn from that and build. I believe that. I believe that we should open up our own businesses and not deal with, racism and hatred in that fashion. You can't go jogging without, being gunned down. Like, and the fact that, I think that our people are talking about, something, completely irrelevant, is really kind of disgusting to me. All in all, I'm tired of being in situations where, you go into an environment and the first thing that comes up is your skin color. I'm sick of that. I'm over that. I think that we should really start focusing on teaching how to farm and hunt and, and fish and bank. And I think that we need to kind of rebuild ourselves as black people, as a community. I'm personally just, it's too fatal to try to wait and see. That's it. That hatred is real, and that's it, and it's too risky, and it's not, oh, well, who cares about if it's not all people, It could be your kid, It could be your kid. It could be you. It could be someone you love at any given time. Why? Because of what they look like? Because of what they look like? I think that we need to reclaim our land, and I believe that we need to build on our land, and really I would really love to be able to open up, at least start off with at least a shopping center, with other black-owned business owners or black business owners, and going from there. I would like to be in a community, that's like that, where we're all working towards the same goal, and I know that there's other business owners. I would love to be next to a black-owned mechanic or a black-owned dentist or, a black-owned hospital or a black-owned bank. That's really, a lot of where my vision is at. I'm over this because it's possible to rebuild Black Wall Street again. It's very possible. Now, the thing that I think that's very different is the mindsets and the ideologies, and, how people that would be interested in this sort of thing would go about doing that. So if you have any feedback or if you have any opinions, Freakonomics, you know what I'm saying? I see you, Drip. I see you, but I would love to be able to rebuild and revisit Black Wall Street. I do wholeheartedly. I'd rather die on my own land. I'd rather die on my own land at this point. I don't, I'd rather be next to, black-owned businesses. I don't understand why we continue to go in places where they hate us. Why would you go into a place that hates you? Because that's the only option? Or can you build your own? I don't know. People need to stop believing that, that's the only option. These are the only options. These aren't the only options. They're not. I'd rather die for it, to be completely honest. I'd rather die for my beliefs than to be gunned down, jogging down the street because I fit a profile. Fuck out of here. It's absolutely sickening to me. You know what I'm saying? It really is. I'm tired of that. I think that it's not just like it's not like just like white people, or it's an ideology amongst several races, of people, and I think that you know all the you literally see everywhere you go there's a Hispanic or a Mexican community, there's a white community, there's all these different communities. There's really not very many black communities. There might be some black businesses, but I personally don't see a lot of just black owned communities where that sort of thing is a thing. I don't see it in Colorado. I don't see it out here. I definitely don't. And I really believe in owning land and coming together, because if we don't come together, we're just gonna keep getting killed, and they're gonna just keep giving us these 5-year sentences and calling it justice. Is that justice? Really, is that justice? Like, is that why people aren't really trying to address this situation? Is that why? Because we know what the outcome's going to be regardless. Like, it's funny, people could be talking about no snitching, but you literally see the police not snitching. You know what I'm saying? They're not snitching. And oh, well, not all cops are bad. Well, a cop that doesn't report something is a bad cop, right? Like, and that's what it is. That's just what my belief is at this point. I do appreciate everyone that's watching and checking this out, So that goes a long way, but I definitely have to get that off my chest, So I'll be back on air on Monday. I appreciate y'all listening in. If you have any feedback, I'm here for some opinions. Let me see if there's any opinions. With all these jerseys? I'm not sure. I don't know what all the... I'm not sure. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for checking this out. I just wanted to get this off my chest and go from there. If anyone sees this, send me a message. And I'm looking to try to build something different and do something positive, for black people. So get at me.